Guten Morgen, Tag, ach gute Nacht, depending on what time it is for you, and welcome back to the Frankfurt Flughafen update series, where today we'll be going over update number 6. Just as a heads up, sorry if my voice is scratchy or anything throughout the video, I'm currently enduring a cold. Once again, I have decided to change the layout of the airport. This time I've done my very best to recreate the left side of Terminal 1 with some spare Legos I had laying around. By doing so, I've come up with a solution to the problem of having geminijets jet bridges detached from the overall terminal, as we've seen in my Ashton airport updates. The solution requires a brick height of just about 1.5, which in this case uses the Technic 1x2 brick with an axle cavity. I was able to essentially plug in the plastic jet bridge, and with a firm push, it fits perfectly. But seeing as this channel focuses on aviation and not the engineering world of Lego, I think we should just cut to the chase. So without further ado, let's get into it. We start off at a part of the terminal where I myself stood only months ago, which would be Pier A. Pier A treats all of Lufthansa's 747-8 aircraft when they visit, however their A340s and A330s can also be found here. First off, we have this UPS 747-8F, which today we'll pretend is a Lufthansa 747-8I. Anyway, this Lufthansa 747-8 will be taking its ordinary service to Miami, which is actually the exact flight I took earlier this summer on my way back home to the States. Personally, I don't think I've ever had such good food on a plane. And no, that's not sarcasm. Following that, we have a recent addition to my Lufthansa fleet. This is the Lufthansa A340-300 by Phoenix Models, which I miraculously was able to get a hold of before they began selling for double their original prices. Anyway, this aircraft is currently unloading some cargo since it just arrived from Denver. I got to see the A340 countless times at Frankfurt last summer, and I was even able to spot their Star Alliance one, twice. Moving on to an interesting section of Terminal 1, which is where you can spot any plane on the tarmac from Lufthansa's business lounge, which I got to visit. And where I saw this model of Lufthansa 747-8, which I imagined a perfect place for in my room. Anyway, directly in front of the lounge's windows is this Lufthansa A320neo, which is currently getting prepared to take a short upcoming flight to Berlin. Directly to the right of that is another new addition to my collection, which is the Aviation A320ceo by NG. As usual, NG failed to disappoint, but I'll save my opinions for my massive upcoming unboxing. Back to the present, this A320 has just received some ground support as it just came in from Athens. And then finally for this side of Pier Z, we have this United Boeing 777-200 in the Star Alliance livery, which is unloading its baggage as it just came in from Washington Dulles. Moving on to the opposite side of the pier, we have this Lufthansa A320neo, which as you can see is currently pushing back for its service to Gothenburg. And then last up for the terminal is this United Boeing 777-300ER, an aircraft I hope to become certified to fly someday, and also another new model. This beautiful resemblance of Continental Airlines is fueling up and undergoing catering operations for its flight to San Francisco. Now we direct our attention to the final model for today's update, which happens to be located in an area I've been wanting to add to the layout for a while. Directly in the middle of both piers and their Southwest Airlines level taxiing are two isolated hardstands that are usually servicing some narrow-body aircraft. Today it's being used to prepare this Lufthansa CityLine CRJ900. As you can see, the aircraft's ground power unit or GPU has arrived along with the pushback tug and catering. All it's waiting for now is the passengers, of whom are currently making their way to the aircraft through EWDF's maze of roads. But other than that, that is going to conclude this month's Frankfurt Model Airport update, which I'm pleased to announce has begun to look ever slightly more realistic. Then again, everything has its starting form. If you've made it to the end and enjoy content like this, consider subscribing to my channel where you can find many other model airports that share the same amount of creativity and realism as the one before me right now. In addition, I've recently created an Instagram account for almost every one of my model airports, so feel free to check those out as well. I'll be linking each of those next to their dedicated playlists for my model airports in the descriptions of my videos. As always, I'd like to thank you all very much for watching and for your continuous support on our road to 1,000 subscribers. But anyways, that's going to be it for today, so I'll catch you in the next one. Tschüss!